Roll call, please.
Adair?
Here.
Bayless?
Here.
McLennan?
Here.
Noah?
Here.
Philbeck?
Here. Citizens appearing, but we don't have any that wish to speak. So, approval or correction of the December 5th minutes.
I'll motion that we approve as presented.
Support. Motion support. Any questions or discussion? If not, roll call, please.
Adair?
Yes.
Bayless?
Yes.
McLennan?
Yes.
Noah?
Yes.
Philbeck?
Yes. Clerk treasurer report.
Just bills.
Bills.
I will make a motion that we authorize payment of the bills in the amount of $167,658.46.
I'll second that motion.
Second. Discussion? Not, roll call, please.
Bayless?
Yes.
McLennan?
Yes.
Noah?
Yes.
Adair?
Yes.
Philbeck?
Yes. City attorney has no report. City manager?
Just one thing that I wanted to mention. The agenda, since I've been here, the packet that you guys get is in 2. And there's an agenda, and then there's also a council update. And I would prefer to just have one packet. It actually wastes probably about 15 minutes of my time every time I do this, and probably 30 minutes of Janet's time and 15 minutes of Terry's time.
Well, you're the one that sends them out.
No, and it was always done that way. I would rather just do one packet. It would be much easier for all the staff. Yeah, okay, if everybody's good with that, the next one you get in January, like I said, it will save 24 hours or more of staff time a year.
That'll be good.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on Joe's written report? City or commissions or liaisons? Mayor, I have one thing to say. Thanks. It's been fun. I appreciate everybody's collaboration. We argue once in a while, but we got things done. I appreciate that. Discuss. Debated.
There, that's that.
Dialogue.
Even though you sat next to me, you behaved. Expressed opinions.
So, but I appreciate the way we all work together. I think it worked very well, and I'm sure it will continue to do so. So I wish you all well, and thank you. Unfinished business. I'm leaving without any unfinished business too, so that's good. New business, we have marina rates and discounts. It's in your packet. Recommendation from Harbor Advisory. They've adopted them and they're asking us to adopt, correct, Joe?
Yeah, they recommended rates and the discounts, and they're identical to a year ago. The only thing that's been added is the harbor master has been having some dialogues, as have a few members of the Harbor Advisory Committee with charter fishermen. And in years past, the Waterways Commission required that they pay double the rate applicable to that size boat, that slip. Waterways doesn't require that any longer, so you can kind of charge what you want, but Waterways does have to approve it. Harbor Advisory's recommendation is to charge them the same that you charge everybody else. Go ahead, sorry.
How should we accept the advisory recommendation for the rate? I'll second that motion.
Motion support to accept the recommendation of Harbor Advisory Council establishing the marina rates for the 2018 season. Correct? Any other discussion? Not, roll call please.
McLennan?
Yes.
Noah?
Yes.
Adair?
Yes.
Bayless?
Yes.
Philbeck?
Yes. I know. Next on the agenda, schedule winter workshops. I'll leave that up to Joe and you guys.
Well, and so like I said in the manager's report, you have the appointment to council that's going to need to be made after the first of the year. You have the issues
We
with...
talk about that tonight, Joe.
Well, we got an ad that gives people until like January 5th to get
Understand
letters in.
I understand that still. I've got an idea. Go ahead.
So these are the workshops. That was workshopped in the past before Scott was appointed. No one did, it wasn't, but it has been in the past. And you have the PAG channel issue where we've now, there's only one more variable out there that I need, and I expect to have it soon, and we can go over that. There's strategic/capital improvement planning. We're going to have budget and collective bargaining coming up. So there's a great many things that need to be done, so my thought honestly was just to basically figure on workshops for both meetings in January, February, March, and April. If we don't need one, it can always be canceled, but I think we should just expect 6 o'clock workshops for the next 8 meetings.
I'd like to recommend something that we have a workshop during the week instead of before our meeting. Excuse me?
Before council, instead of before council?
But we have it like on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So separate
Or like
meeting.
stop at 10, start at 10 and end at 2 or something like that.
For all,
You know, exactly.
do it all in one
Yeah,
day.
Yeah, right.
Can that be done?
We can do anything. The only thing,
It's up to you all with the time.
the only thing I would caution against, and the day sounds good, I'm just trying to do too much in one workshop, there's definitely a possibility of utter burnout when, you know,
When you burn out, you burn out.
right?
Yeah, you can stop and schedule another one. I mean,
Right.
Yeah,
that's-
right.
You can have a schedule a 4-hour session.
I mean, if you want to have it any day, you want to have it on Saturday, you could have it whatever day that you're free and Terry's free.
Yeah, I don't have a problem working on them.
Scott doesn't work.
I can do any time.
I'm good with any of that, I prefer it not be Saturday or Sunday, but.
No,
That's fine, I just do
No, I
that.
Like Friday at 10 in the morning or something, till 2.
That'd work, yeah, that'd be
I think
fine.
we can be flexible with something like that.
Yeah.
Morning's always better for me, I'm tending to burn out after a day of work by 6 o'clock already, so.
No, morning.
I could rather want
10?
First.
10?
Instead of an hour before.
Oh, yeah.
council.
Yes, yeah.
Get up at 10, but do not wait, or something.
Pressure's off every week or
Right.
every meeting, and it's kind of tiring.
And that gets you burned out too.
We'll only do certainly workshops when it's necessary.
And we can even have one after a meeting, like there's somebody 7-minute on this.
Right.
We could talk about something. I think first of all, we should line up the agenda of what we have to talk about, and then pick and choose, see what we can do with that.
Okay.
And start at the top and go down the line.
Yeah, the first two I know would be the appointment to council and the pay
Well,
check.
I got another idea on that. When is it? Fifth?
That's when we asked that the
PM.
letters of
Why can't you
interest,
send this to us on the 6th? Which day is that?
Saturday.
Saturday, Friday after 5, and we can look at them over the weekend, and then score them as who would you like to interview. We can interview them before the meeting on that Tuesday. Understand what I'm saying? I mean, just an idea, if you don't want to do this.
That's up to you
But
guys.
for
I mean,
another
that's-
workshop, there we can look at them, they can be marked confidential, we can't say anyway. And, you know, we can score them as 1, 2, 3, I don't know if you just want to bring in, but.
Well, first of all, I think that in order to do that, you'd have to have a standardized form that perhaps asks things of the nature of what is your past experience that would.
Well, I understand that, Scott, yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about picking the people that we want to interview.
But I think that if we did that, and I'm not saying that's not a bad idea, but if we were to do that, if it's a legal thing to do, you know, you'd want that sort of depth of information in front of you. You would look at it, score it as you indicated, and narrow it down to 2 individuals, the top 2 that you.
2 or 3, whatever you want.
Or whatever it was, and then interview at the council meeting, is that what you're saying?
Before the council meeting on that.
So
Right.
you schedule a workshop for the first meeting in
Yeah,
January.
you could have 15 minutes to each one, that's all you need.
Right. What would you think about that, Mike?
Well, I did, that score sheet you were talking about, confidential, I mean, that part of it.
Say it again?
Were you talking about something that's going to be confidential?
No, they send the applications to us
Okay.
and mark them confidential, which they should be. And then we can go through them over the weekend or excuse me, so if they send out 5, we go on a weekend and schedule a meeting for Tuesday, early meeting Tuesday, and interview the people that want to be, that we have picked.
So you're going to interview anyone that applied, basically.
No, I didn't say that, we picked maybe 2 or 3.
How would you get to that?
Well, you'd mark one and then bring it in to whoever gets it.
Well, I think that's, see, You're gonna have to make that decision.
Yeah, I can see what you're getting at. It would probably make sense if you got, it would be nice if you all got those applications for the weekend.
That's sometimes.
And then
Yeah.
you're prepared to come in on that workshop and discuss who you want to interview, but it wouldn't really
Well-
be, because you'd have to decide before the meeting who you're going to interview if you want to interview at that workshop.
Well, Joe could score them and say, okay, we pick out two. And whoever gets the most votes for the two gets it, you know.
But when are you going to do that, though? Before the meeting? Or that's the.
No,
that's what
no, I'm
he's
saying
getting
is, you look them over the weekend, and Monday morning, you come and tell Joe these, and he scores and says,
Sure.
whoever got the most votes, and then he makes, tell them to come in for interviews on Tuesday before the meeting. That's what we did to do.
Well, I don't know, if I'm gonna do it that way.
Do you think that,
I'm thinking that the decision as to who you want to interview should be made, you know.
just very transparently at the meeting, have everyone come in, you're thinking?
Well, either that, or you will have you'll have who's applied, and you can make a decision, a vote on who you want to.
So you want to delay it to the second meeting then, so that you're getting
The
it?
charter gives you 30 days from the
I know.
date that vacancy occurs.
Just to make it.
I'm here, I
It's
just,
it's cleaner, I think, if you have the second meeting before you decide.
I'm fine with that too. It's a good suggestion though, Gary, and I
I was just trying to get that
right,
first meeting.
yeah, I hear you. I think that perhaps it would be best to do a workshop at the first meeting, and if you were doing a workshop at the first meeting, I do think that, you know, and tagging on to what you were saying, Gary, is that it would be good to have just a little template for each applicant.
Well, we did that the last time.
Yeah, what's your past
We did
experience,
that, but-
what,
Well-
you know, those kind of things, so that at the interview, the questioning can follow that line, and
I
then,
think we didn't interview at all, because you couldn't answer any questions. Yeah, I'm just-
all right,
We do know.
is everybody good about that, doing just
Oh,
a workshop?
I'll go with that.
So you're gonna do a workshop before the next meeting, for sure,
Yeah,
6 o'clock, and then you're gonna work on scheduling a bigger workshop during the day.
We come down and
And Joe can suggest some dates as he and Terry are open, and if it works for you all, then.
That's for the other workshop.
Yes.
yep, yes.
So you're saying we'd have workshop before our next meeting?
Yep,
Yes.
that's it, that's the only one we're scheduling right now. And it
Can we
would
get
be,
those,
it would probably be council appointment, and if I'm ready to roll on PEG, we have to discuss the PEG.
Okay, we'll check for the next meeting.
Mm.
Now, when are we taking that stuff home on Friday?
No,
We're gonna have
no,
to email it to us.
it's gonna be in your packet, you'll get a list of names in your packet, get that on
Yeah.
Friday.
Right.
Or Mark, then we'll have the workshop.
Yes,
Okay. So you can have a workshop on January 7th. Is that the right date? That's
9th.
9th. Okay.
All right,
Good. We're good?
good.
Good. Anything else?
Are we okay with the other workshop we're gonna have?
Yeah, I think the bigger ones will just, like
Okay.
Tom mentioned, let Terry and I look at our schedules, if we're gonna do it during the day to make sure we don't just pick a random date, that's a day one of us is gone or in training or,
Yep. You have to clear that. And that's less of an urgency than the council.
right, if
choice.
people can bring their schedule books to the next workshop, then we can schedule the next one right at that one for the strategic planning and
We could
then
even have a
everybody will know what their
special
schedules are.
before.
Yeah, if you were sure what we had, between the first and second meetings, you could do that. Okay. Any other business?
Just one other thing, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to,
Excuse me.
like to present you with a letter that is from your fellow council members.
Okay.
And this is to Mayor Sobek. On behalf of the citizens of Rogers City, we would like to extend our appreciation and gratitude for the outstanding and dedicated public service that you have provided this community over the past decade during your terms as councilman and mayor. Under your guidance, the city has moved in a positive direction and there seems to be a momentum toward a brighter future that many who call this wonderful place home have desired for quite some time. You could always be counted upon to carefully weigh the pros and cons of any and all issues, and to artfully and distinctly lay out your thoughts before calling each vote, a process which helped this governing body to make good decisions. We will miss the strong presence you brought to the meetings, the leadership you provided at the table, and the thoughtful touch you showed in handling the emotionally charged issues that arise from time to time. Most of all, Mr. Mayor, we want to wish you the best as you move into the next chapter of your life and congratulate you on the promotion within your profession that prompted the end of this chapter. Thank you, Tom, for everything, and you certainly will be missed. And this is from all council members.
It's good for food prevention.
Good, 3 beers.
And that isn't all. We all chipped in quite a bit, actually, to Dick the most, I have to mention.
He always does.
But
Last year's candy.
we have a Rogers City mug here for you, and these are hard to come by, of course, as you know.
This time of the year.
Some nice candy. We also have a lapel pin for you, and if all else fails, there is a wonderful little corkscrew for you here. So,
I cut my
Yeah, absolutely.
wet paper bag.
absolutely.
Thanks again.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure. Gentlemen and Terry, it's been a great pleasure working with you all. And we do live in one of the best places on earth, and it's been a pleasure to be able to help make it better, so thank
Can
you.
you argue that statement?
No, it's not.
You get the final word.
That's right.
I think everybody,
Tom, it's been nice working with you. We've had ins and outs, and I think we had more ins and outs, and it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I agree.
It's one of the reasons I ran a second. Then you left.
Okay, thank you.
it's, I can only hope that the future council will be as well run as the councils have been over these last few years. You know, not to pat ourselves on the back too much, but I think that we've all worked very well together. So I hope that certainly that continues.
I think it will. We have worked well together, and I think we work well together because we all have the one goal in mind, and that's to make our city a better place.
That's it.
And as long as that's the goal, everybody.
I think you had a second one. Be out of here by 7:30 each week.
There was a one. Yeah. Okay, we all set?
That's it.